This is Simeon and Cora from SK Dancesport, and today we are going to bring you a video showing you 3 different ways to dance New York's in Cha-Cha.
New Yorkers are a very important figure. We start them at newcomer level, we dance through bronze, we always have them at silver, always at gold, and almost always in competition at open level, even up to professional.
For today's combination, we're going to show you 3 different types of New Yorks. Each one has a little bit of a different flavor to it. The 3 most common types of New York that you'll see in a cha-cha are the very basic style that has no shape. You can see very aggressive ones that punch it out at the audience, so it's really designed to catch a judge or an audience's attention. And the other type is a high New York, which is not done with the true checking action. It's done very high up on the toes and with long straight legs to show the lengthening of the partnership. Okay, now it counts.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 2, 3, 4, and 3, 2, 3, 4, and 4, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 1.
The combination that we're showing you today is not approved for syllabus. So if you like the combination, if you want to put it into your own routines, go for it. That's why we put it together, so that you guys can use it. But if you're dancing at gold level or below, don't go for it, because you will get invigilated, you will get called out, and you will get disqualified. Not invigilator approved.
So we're going to start with the basic New York. The most important thing is that you have to start your body moving and rotating first, and then the legs, the head, and the hand will arrive later. So I will start, if I go slow motion, I will start rotating my upper body, and my hand and legs arrive after that. Now, the most common way of teaching this is split weight. Yeah, that's pretty common for a New Yorker. Back knee is in check position, so the back knee is behind the front knee. In this case, my right knee is behind my left knee. Yeah, they're nice and closed in the thighs, a little bit of pressure on the inside edge of the ball of the back foot, feet turned out. And if you look at it from the front, my toe and my heel are in line approximately. Some people cross them over, but most definitely we don't want to open them up. I even think that when the heels are lined up, it's not far enough. So for me, maybe anywhere from here, this is probably the safest for me. Feels the most comfortable, most stable. But I can also overcross it a little bit. A lot of people do that. Just be careful if you do it. I suggest that the lady does it as well. You just plan it out, and also don't pull the lady off, because your hand still has to be in the middle of the partnership. Even though you've stepped off, you need to lengthen your arm a little bit, not to pull the lady over. So we'll show you one more time. So first I start with my upper body moving and rotating. My hand is still close to my body until the very end when I land in the New Yorker with my knees squeezing together. And actually the hand coming out, for me that's an important thing as well. Oftentimes I see people open the hand too soon. That's going to slow you down, number one. Looks not as good. Also, it slows you down because you have weight away from the center of rotation, slows us down. I keep my hand closed and I flick it out at the very last possible moment so I can hit the New Yorker on whatever count it is, so as late as possible. As far as the location of the hand, that's a question we get oftentimes. I would say anywhere from shoulder level, so if you draw a line from my left shoulder to my right shoulder, finishing at the hand, so make it a straight line. You can go a little bit higher, so maybe we'll say forehead level. That's perfectly cool too. Usually that for me is where I would aim for. As far as how far back, I go as far back as I can make it go. That said, you don't want to break the shoulder line. Again, from shoulder to arm, we want it to be straight. So if you don't like your arm being maybe at 45-degree angle, then what you need to do is away from your hand, you need to rotate the shoulders. So leaving the hand in the middle, again, you don't want to pull your partner off. So you need to rotate the shoulders to arrive in that alignment.
A couple of quick points about, well, this is for both partners. The first thing is to make sure that no matter what type of New York you decide to choose, you need to make sure that you are actually swiveling the foot that you're standing on as you step out into your check. So this is a very common one, especially at lower levels, to leave the foot and step across and then swivel it late. So then there's going to be a split moment when the foot is turned in. The other thing is that when this happens, it's a pretty clear sign that the dancer doesn't have a good understanding of where their weight is on their body. So as they step through, once you put the weight on the foot needs to swivel and then go into the check action. Now, for the check itself, there's a couple of little things that I want to talk about in a check. So a basic check means that as you dance that checking action, you're going to walk forward on 2 straight knees and stop with the weight, split weight, and then bend the back knee. So this is a basic checking action. If you were to dance in New York in rumba, that's exactly how you would want to dance your New York. So you'd want to swivel the foot, step out on 2 straight knees, and then bend the back knee in order to dance a nice check. However, in cha-cha, we don't really have that amount of time. So we dance what's called a syncopated check. Now, a syncopated check means that you are going to start bending the back knee before you arrive on the front foot. So that the moment that you arrive on the front foot, you are immediately in your check position. So to demonstrate that, as we step through, we get to this position here. Now before the body starts to move, I'll actually turn sideways. Before the body starts to move, I'm already bending the back knee. So I'm bending it, so that by the time I arrive halfway between my feet, I'm already checked. So when we dance that quickly, that allows us to go immediately into our check position. It's a nice check position. All right, the next one we're going to talk about is that really aggressive, punchy New York. Now, the way that you want to get into this New York is usually with something that has movement. The most common one we're going to use with this one is a 3-step spin. However, there are a couple of different ways that you could really, blast into that one. But for today, and of course for the combination that we showed, we're going to stick with the 3-step spin going into it.
For the lady, I don't have the spin.
Sure, but the man could do it too.
Of course.
Yeah.
So the little piece of the combination of the second New Yorker, the one that jumps out at the audience, started like this. I led Cora into a New Yorker for herself here. So she goes 2 as I lunge away. So 2, 3, and 4, and. Now I picked up a lot of momentum here on the and then that's going to help me jump into the New Yorker. Literally, I make it as big and forward as I possibly can. So I really shoot with my left leg to the right. I land on the right, I shoot with my right to hit the New Yorker forward, as much forward as I can go.
Now, depending on how aggressive you want to make this, and of course also what your intention is as a partnership, so some partners, some couples like to demonstrate proper technique, good leg action, good feet action. Other couples prefer to demonstrate energy, a lot of action in the bodies, a lot of rhythm. So depending on the type of couple that you are, we can actually be a little bit loose with the technique here. And what I mean by that is that you can actually bend the back knee in order to give yourself more of a shoot into that forward New York, which is not technically correct technique, but it is something that we'll do sometimes because we have the intention of giving an aggressive action versus showing proper technique all of the time.
So when we get to the New Yorker, like we've said, we have a lot of power moving to the right. I might flex my knee a little bit to give me some motion, and I jump forward into the New Yorker. Really, it's a lot like a normal New Yorker. I just slip my left foot a little bit more forward. That added with the momentum coming from the previous step should give me maybe an extra foot or so at the audience. The other thing that I'll probably do in this New Yorker, even though you can do it in a normal New Yorker too, is I would stretch my rib cage a little bit more forward toward the audience. So it'd just be a little more over the top of my foot instead of being a little bit more vertical. So I stretch it toward the audience. In our video, we try to angle it a little bit more toward the front edge of the floor. So I'm kind of literally looking at people's feet, and then slowly we pick it up to, you know, like if you're dancing in a stadium, you can pick it up to look at the audience and way at the top, but it just needs to grow from the bottom all the way up.
Also, we should talk about the angle of the body. When we do this more aggressive New York, we do want to angle the body a little bit more down and forward at the audience. So if the angle of my body in a normal New York is going to be kind of more upright and straight, so if I show you from the side, it looks like this. When we do the aggressive New York, we want to rotate the body a little bit more forward and down. So now you can see that my rib cage is way in front of my hips, and that's going to give us that look when we put the hand out there and with the momentum that we're going right out of the audience. So to demonstrate that together, we go whoom. So I'm really coming at you, and then we go switch the body up for whatever we're going to do next. And that's the most difficult thing about this New York, is that once you angle the body down, you somehow have to recover before you go into whatever action you're going to be doing next. Next, we're going to show you guys the high New York, which is, in my opinion, the most difficult New York.
Okay, so the way we entered this particular New Yorker, we closed the feet on and one. So we did and one. Now on the and, similar to the other New Yorker, I'm going to really shift my weight to the right, but instead of jumping out to forward toward the audience, I'm actually going to jump a little bit up. So I'm going to really pull my spine up. The other thing is that in the other New Yorkers, we've had a pretty, I would say pretty wide base to keep it stable. This one's going to be as narrow of a base as possible, so you get a little bit more high, and you really emphasize that long, long vertical line. So here we have done and one, and then I'm going to move my body onto the right foot, and I'm going to go up, closing the 2 feet as tightly as I can up on the balls of the feet. So I'm on the balls of the feet, and instead of my knees being together, I actually also have my calves together and up on the toes. Same, I would say same position as the first New Yorker when we talked about the heel lining up with the toe and the toe of this heel. I'm just much closer together, even to the point where maybe if I put my front heel down, I'll probably step on my toe.
From the ladies' point of view, we are in a very high releve. So if you don't know what releve is, that's a ballet term. What it basically means is that we're as high up on our toes as we can get. Yeah, so if you think of your feet like a fifth position in ballet, and then what you're going to do is you're going to rise up on your toes and really tuck that front, thank you, and really tuck that front foot in
That's
tight.
what I'm here for.
So that when we do that action, so I'll go slowly, I'm going to step really high up on the foot, and then without putting my heel down, keeping the legs pulled up as high as possible, I'm going to tuck that back foot in right behind. So really, it's not a true check action. I have the majority of my weight on the front foot. Now the back foot is going to be turned out from the hip, so it's very high up. Now what we do from this position is we shape the rib cage down as well. Not because we want to show the down action like in the aggressive version, but because we want to show the up action of that stretch. And then you can discuss with your partner, do you both want to have the arm straight up? Or does the man want to have the arm straight up and the lady can show the height through her elbow?
Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you learned something about New Yorkers. I hope this combination is helpful to you and you can practice it and look back at the video.
If you guys liked it, please remember to like it and press that subscribe button. If you guys want to get notifications of all of our newest videos, press the bell right down there and that will give you all of the notifications. Leave a comment. If you'd like us to go over something in particular, we would be more than happy to do so. The more you guys let us know what we can provide for you, the better we can make these videos for you guys. All right, that's it for this time. See you guys later. Bye.
New York.
New York.